Welcome to the first episode of our new podcast, CORECHEM Breaks It Down. Whether you're new to the industry or you've been in it a long time, the chemical industry can be complex. We get a lot of questions from our customers. In this podcast, our goal will be to talk about subjects in a way that anyone can understand. For this first episode, we're sitting down with our Operations Manager Trey to learn more about what happens behind the scenes at CORECHEM. My name is Renee, and I've been in our marketing department for several years now. Before that, I may have worked directly with some of you during my time in customer service or even accounting. Trey?
Hi, I'm Trey Simmons, Operations Manager here at CORECHEM. I've been with this team around 2 years now. I've come to this company with about 12 years of experience in manufacturing.
To get us started, Trey, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your typical day looks like here at CORECHEM?
My typical day at CORECHEM starts out meeting with the managers in operations and really setting the tone for that day, strategizing on issues, understanding where everybody needs to be at that time, and just really getting a game plan together on how our whole day will be planned out.
Okay. So for the benefit of those watching, can you tell us what teams or departments here would be reporting to the operations manager?
We have our customer service team, our supply chain team, production, and our logistics and warehouse.
Okay. So how many total people would that be that would report to you?
So there's about 40 employees that fall under the operations umbrella here at CORECHEM.
Okay. And can you tell more about how we work together as a team? So we have our three different divisions, the three divisions of the company. We have the bottling line, the industrial chemicals, and the heat transfer fluids. How, can our chemical operators, are they trained to work on the bottling line if needed? Can our bottling line team, can they be chemical operators, or how does it work?
So in production, we run pretty lean, and our production manager, he really believes in cross-training. So most of our employees can do dual jobs. Our bottling line team have been trained to do mix and pours. So in times of need, those guys will transfer over to that department. And in the times of need of support on the bottling line, we can almost pull from anywhere in the company. We've had, marketing.
Actually, yes, I've done it. Actually,
helping out
myself. Yep.
But running lean, it gives people opportunities to really unlock skills that they can take with them wherever they go.
Yeah. Let's say I was a customer and maybe I'm a smaller customer of CORECHEM's and I put in my order, and let's say, later in the day, we have customers of all sizes. We have small, a drum a year. We have giant customers. Let's say, later that same day, CORECHEM got an order from a giant customer. Would CORECHEM ever take people off of my order to work on a larger order?
We don't operate in that manner. The tone is set from the top. Our CEO, he really believes in our core values, and we do what we say we're going to do. So when it comes to the sizes of the orders, that typically doesn't alter the way that we handle things. What it does is makes us strategize a little bit better, but we're going to deliver the same quality on time, in spec, that we would do for a carboy or we do for a tanker load of chemicals.
So I had an experience recently where which actually gave me the idea for this topic. I was searching for a service, and so I got on Google, and I'm pulling up different companies, and I'm looking at their websites, and I actually found myself thinking, kind of, what are they not telling me? Do they ever make mistakes? And it was super interesting to me because I actually have a lot to do with our website here. If we had someone looking at our website and thinking, what are they not telling me? Do they ever make mistakes? What would you tell that person?
I've been in manufacturing for about 12 years. For me to sit here and say that we don't make mistakes would not be trustworthy, correct? I would tell that person their mistakes happen, but what we do is we communicate correctly. If it's going to impact a customer's order, if it's going to be, detrimental to the integrity of the product, then we're having those conversations with the customers early and often. And internally, when we have our issues, we report them to the proper places. So we do have a great quality team that will help us work through different situations and give us fixes for things.
Yeah. Can you tell us about a time that, we made a mistake? How did it play out, or?
Yes. So there was one time where we had just got a new labeling machine, and we were setting it up, and we thought that we had everything trued up until the point of production. We began running and ran for a few hours, and then our quality team comes through and they look at the label, and we had some misinformation, and we probably had produced at that point 400 to 500 boxes at that time. So we had to stop production.
That's fun.
I can look back at it now and say it's fun. But at the time, we had to stop production and just switch our focus to, getting these labels corrected.
Yeah. Our promise is if we do not fulfill our commitment to you, we will make it right.
Correct.
Is that been your experience in the year, the 2 years you've been here? Have you?
Oh, it's lived here at CORECHEM. Yeah. If we don't fulfill our promise, we go to what some people might call extremes. Yeah. There's some late nights. There's some work on Saturdays if need be.
Yeah. I've heard some stories, I think.
There's some customer conversations that are had, but we always work very closely with our customers and try to deliver the product that we promise.
I've always gotten the feeling that we have a really great team here, and so many times you hear about people doing things that is so much more than what's expected or asked of them. Could you tell us about a time that our team just went absolutely above and beyond what was necessary or expected of them? Or
so it was last year around December or so. There was snow falling. We got a call from a customer. They were worried about their system freezing and needed some of our HTF fluid. At the time, we were trying to figure out if we were going to shut our doors to get our people home safely, and one of our drivers threw their hand up and took this opportunity as customer facing, you would say, and jumped in a truck and drove about 8 hours in the snow so that this customer's pipes wouldn't freeze.
I think it speaks to what kind of people they are.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything, just really dedicated and.
Yeah, the culture has been set from the top.
Yeah.
And it has trickled down, and that's the number one thing if you've got to experience CORECHEM is the culture and the dedication that the employees have for the company.
Yeah. There are times that I'll notice that you're walking through the office and you're directly on the phone to a customer. Can customers call you directly if they're curious about their order or if there's a problem, or do you sort of prefer that they reach out to their sales reps first, or how does that work?
Typically they will call into CSR or they'll call their sales rep first, but if it's an impact to their order or they're just wanting to know some general information and it comes across my desk, I do not mind to pick up the phone and speak with a customer directly at all.
Before you came to CORECHEM, you worked for one of our manufacturing customers. Did you directly work with CORECHEM during your time at that customer, or?
No, not directly with an individual, but I used the products that you guys produce at that time. I was the production manager and I was overseeing the lab, so I got real familiar with the quality that you guys would bring to the table and the sense of urgency when we had issues was one thing that always stuck out to me about the CORECHEM brand. We were using some sulfuric acid that you guys provided. We also had started doing some powder coating, and we were trying to learn how to strip paint when we had, those flaws that you have in manufacturing.
Okay.
And you guys had a formula that we would use that worked excellent.
Did you hear much about CORECHEM during your time at that company? Like, what would the feeling have been towards this company before? Like, obviously, before you worked here, you wouldn't have had any bias one way or the other towards the company. Like, did you ever like what was the feeling towards us?
My feeling was always good about CORECHEM. They got us out of a lot of binds when we.
I see. That's good to hear.
And the customer service was always great.
Yeah.
The sales rep at that time was John Ripito. I didn't know him directly at the time, but he's a little bit taller. So when he's in a plant, you kind of notice a taller gentleman walking through. But great relationships were built between CORECHEM and that company, and we still service them to this day.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Trey.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions. If you want to make sure to not miss the next episode, like and subscribe.